Hello everyone, welcome to Savi tutorial on fluid mechanics and hydraulic machines laboratory. I am Sushmita, GS Assistant Professor, Department of Civil Engineering, Sai Vidya Institute of Technology, Bangalore. So today we are discussing experiment on determination of coefficient of discharge for a venturi meter. So before starting the experiment, so my courtesy and thanks to virtual lab developed by Ministry of Education under the National Mission on Education through ICT, and also our sincere thanks to NITK, IITs and NITs. So let us just proceed with the experiment. So the objective of the experiment is to determine the coefficient of discharge for a given venturi meter. So the procedure, let us see the procedure as we have seen the objective. So objective is to determine the coefficient of discharge for a given venturi meter. So the apparatus used are like this: the venturi meter, differential manometer, collecting tank, piezometer, stopwatch, and measuring scale. Okay, so the first step is, first you have to select the required diameter of a pipe. Okay, so you have a 50 mm, 40 mm and 20 mm diameter of pipe. So you have to select a required diameter of pipe. So after that, so that is the first step. The second step is, so you have to open the main valve through which the water flows through a selected diameter of pipe. So you can see here, so this red color mark, whatever it is there, so it indicates the inlet valve. So first you should open this valve. Okay, so after this, so this valve should be open for which diameter of the pipe you're using or measuring a coefficient of discharge. So after opening this valve, so the next step is you have to open the main inlet valve, so where it is nothing but your discharge valve, so where water will allow to flow through the venturi meter. Okay, and here you can see, so you this is a valve, so that is a discharge valve. So you should open that valve, so when you open that valve, the water will flow through that particular pipe. Okay, so after that, after opening that valve, so what you should do, so you have to allow, as the venturi meter is fixed to a manometer, you can see here, so this is a manometer which is fixed to the venturi meter, so to measure the pressure difference. Okay, so after opening the discharge valve, so water will flow through the pipe, as you see here, the blue color, so which is nothing but the water is flowing through the venturi meter. So and after, before taking the reading, what you have to do is, so you have a air vent valves. So another valves are there, two valves, so which is attached to the manometer. So you should open that to remove the air bubbles. Okay, so that is from a isolate position to air vent position. So you have to make it to a air vent position, so that all the air bubbles gets removed from the manometer. Okay, so once you remove the air bubbles, so the next step is, so what happens, so water will flow through the venturi meter. You can see here the water is flowing through the venturi meter. So then the manometer will give you the pressure head difference. Okay, so that is, you can see here in this figure. So manometer is giving a reading. Okay, one reading on right limb and another reading on the left limb. So that is left limb reading and the right limb reading. So you have to take both the limb readings. So the left, here we got the left limb reading as 41.1 centimeter. Similarly, right limb reading as 25.9 centimeter. So where the difference between these two readings will give you the head loss H. Okay, so that is 25.9 minus 41.9 minus 25.9. So we'll give you the head loss. So once you get the head loss from the manometer reading, once you took the manometer reading, so the next step is, so the same water will flow through the pipe and collected in the collecting tank. Okay, so before that you have to take down the diameters. So that is, you can see here, so this is how the venturimeter will look like, and where the manometer is fixed to the venturimeter. So one limb at the inlet of the venturimeter and another limb at the throat section of the venturimeter, and you have to take the diameter at the inlet section and at the throat section. So where the diameter at the inlet is denoted as D1 and diameter at the throat is denoted as D2. So D1 is 5 centimeter and D2 is 2.272 centimeter. Okay. So where you know these diameters are used to calculate the areas A1 and A2. Okay. So after this, so what you have to do? See, you have to close the exit valve at the collecting tank. You can see here whatever the arrow mark it shows. So this valve should be closed so that the water gets collected in the collecting tank. Okay, so at that time what you have to do is, so you have to note down the time for a known head of water. So how much time does collecting tank will take to rise or to deposit a known head of water? Okay, like 10 centimeter or 5 centimeter. So to collect 5 centimeter head of water inside the collecting tank, what is the time taken? Okay, so using a stopwatch, so you have to take down the time. Okay, so once you took the time, okay, so next what you have to do, so the observation, so that is the first trial. Okay, so the same procedure you have to repeat it for the next trials. So let us see the observation and calculation. So first you're going to record the diameter at the inlet, that is D1 4 centimeter, or whatever the diameter you're going to get it, and D2 2.366 centimeter. So from this D1 and D2 you have to calculate A1 and A2. Okay, so that is pi D1 square by 4 on pi D2 square by 4. Okay, so you'll get A1 and A2. And after that you have to record the area of the collecting tank also. So for that you have to measure width and length of the collecting tank, okay, using a scale. So where you will get the area, width into length is, you'll get the area of the collecting tank. Okay, and the raise of water inside the collecting tank, that is small h, is the 5 centimeter, and the time taken is 13.3 seconds. So, and the head loss, that is nothing but the difference between the two limbs, difference between the manometric reading, that is left limb minus right limb. So whatever the value which is bigger, that is minus the smaller value. Okay, so the difference you should take. Okay, so that is head loss, capital H. So, and acceleration due to gravity, G is 9.81 meter per second square, as here all the units are in centimeter. So the acceleration due to gravity is also taken in terms of centimeter. So that is 981 centimeter per second square. So once you record the manometric reading, that is head loss and the time taken by the collecting tank to collect a 5 centimeter head of water, and after the calculation of areas, so the next calculation is calculation of actual discharge and the theoretical discharge. Okay, so actual discharge, you have the formula to calculate the actual discharge, that is area of the collecting tank into rise of water, that is a small h, divided by time. So that will give you the actual discharge. Okay, and the theoretical discharge, it is A1 A2 root 2 GH, that is head loss, H capital H, divided by square root of A1 square minus A2 square. So once you get actual discharge and theoretical discharge, so CD is nothing but the ratio of actual discharge to the theoretical discharge. So you will get the coefficient of discharge for the first trial. Similarly, for the next trial, what you have to do is you have to vary the discharge, okay, and water will flow through the venturi meter, and you have to take the manometric reading, that is left limb and the right limb reading, so which will give you the head loss. And for the same trial, you have to close the exit valve in the collecting tank, okay, and you have to record the time for a rise of 5 centimeter head of water in the collecting tank. So now I'll just show you how you have to do the step-by-step procedure. So first step is you have to select the diameter of the pipe. So now here we have selected the diameter of the pipe, that is 50 mm, and the length of pipe for that particular diameter is 3 meter. Okay, so the next procedure is here you have to open this inlet valve. So here, see, we have opened the inlet valve. So now the water is flowing through the pipe. Okay, so that is the 50 mm diameter pipe, and after this you have to open this discharge valve. Okay, so then the water will flow through the venturi meter. So now you can see the water is flowing through the venturi meter. So the next step is you have to remove the air bubbles. So here, so you have to make this isolate position to air vent position, so that you just make it a vertical valve to horizontal, so that air bubbles, so if any air bubbles is present inside the manometer, so that air bubbles will get removed from the manometer. So this is a preliminary process what you should follow. Okay, if there is a air bubbles in the manometer, so then the reading, whatever the manometric reading you're going to take, okay, there may be a error in the manometric reading. Okay, so now we have removed the air bubbles. So the next is, again, after removing that air bubbles, what you have to do is, so you should make this air vent position to isolate position. Okay, so like this, vertical. So now you can see here, so this will give you the manometric reading, that is, so the left limb reading and the right limb reading. So you can see here, so the left limb is giving a 39 centimeter and the right limb is giving a 32 centimeter. So the difference between these two limb readings will give you the head loss. So that is 39 minus 32. So you will get a 7 centimeter. So you can see here it is showing the head loss formula. So if you see here, so it is showing the head loss formula, that is H in centimeter, because the manometric readings are in centimeter. So the head loss will also be in terms of centimeter. And the head loss formula is the difference between left limb reading and the right limb reading into 12.6. So the left limb, that is 39 minus 32, you will get 7 centimeter into 12.6. So you will get around 88.2 centimeter. So if you put an answer here, that is 82.2, so then press check. So if the answer is correct, it will show a green color. If the answer is wrong, then it will show, so it is wrong. So now the head loss what we have got, it is 88.2 centimeter. Okay, so after taking this manometric reading, so the next step is, so you have to record, see here the water is flowing through the venturi meter, so you have to note down the diameters, that is D1 and D2. So diameter at the inlet and diameter at the throat. D1 is the diameter at inlet, D2 is the diameter at throat. So here the D1 is 5 centimeter and D2 is 2.72 centimeter. So now you can see the water is flowing through the venturi meter and getting collected in the collecting tank. So this is a collecting tank. Okay, and you have an exit valve for the collecting tank. So the next step is you have to close this exit valve. See here, if you click on this, you have to close this exit valve. Then after closing this valve, what you have to do, you have to note down a time. So you can see, using a stopwatch, you have to note down the time taken by that collecting tank to rise a 5 centimeter head of water. So where the collecting tank will be having a piezometer. Okay, so the collecting tank will be fitted with a piezometer to know the rise of water. So here, so the rise of water is 5 centimeter. To rise 5 centimeter head of water, so the time taken is here, it is 15 seconds. So you can see here, the time taken is 15 seconds. Okay, so that time you have to record. So after recording the time, so the next comes the observation for the first trial. So we have recorded diameter D1, D2, A1, A2. From the D1 and D2, you'll get A1 and A2, that is pi d square by 4. So after getting these areas, the next is you have to note down the area of the collecting tank, capital A. Okay, so capital A represents the area of the collecting tank, and the small h, that is the rise of water, is 5 centimeter, and the time taken is how much? It is 15 seconds. Head loss, we got it as 88.2 centimeter. As I told, all the units are in centimeters, so that's why acceleration due to gravity, g, is also taken in terms of centimeter, that is 981 centimeter per second square. So the calculation is, you have to calculate the actual discharge and the theoretical discharge. So then CD is ratio of actual to the theoretical discharge. So if you see here, it will show the formula. Actual discharge is A into H by T. See, capital A is the area of the collecting tank, into H, that is small h, is the rise 5 centimeter, and T is the time taken. So now here we have a area of the collecting tank, that is 6750 centimeter square, into rise, that is 5 centimeter, then divided by time. So the time is how much? It is 15 seconds. So we'll get the answer as 2250 centimeter cube per second. So you calculate the value and put it here. So it is 2250, and check that answer. See, so the correct answer, we got the correct answer, that is 2250 centimeter cube per second. That is the actual discharge. So next, we have to calculate the theoretical discharge. So theoretical discharge formula is A1 A2 root 2 GH divided by square root of A1 square minus A2 square. So here we have a A1 value. A1 is how much? That is 19.625. If you see here, so we have a areas values. So A1 is 19.625 centimeter square, into A2 5.81 centimeter square, into root 2 GH. So 2 into 981. G is 981 centimeter per second square, into H. H is, that is the head loss, 88.2. Okay, so divided by, so you will get square root of, divided by square root of A1 square minus A2 square. Okay, so let us just calculate. A1 is 19.625 into A2 is 5.81 into root 2 GH. So 2 into 981 into head loss is 88.2. Okay, so divided by A1 square. So A1 is how much? It is square root of A1 square. So square root of A1 square is 19.625 square minus 5.81 square, that is A2 square. So you will get the answer theoretical discharge as 8001.62. Let us just put that answer, and let us just check it whether the answer is correct or what. So it is 8001.626. So the answer is wrong. So if you can put it, so it will show, if you double click the answer, it will show it is around theoretical discharge, you will get it around 2530.3364 centimeter cube per second. So once you get this actual and theoretical discharge, so CD, that is coefficient of discharge, is actual to the theoretical discharge. So where you will get it as So it is the ratio of actual discharge is how much? It is 2250 divided by theoretical discharge. It is 2530.3364. Okay, so answer is 0.88. Okay, so let us just take this answer. So it will show it is 0.889. You will get it. So it will be round off to 0.89. So the answer for this trial, for the first trial is CD value is 0.89. Okay, so similarly what you have to do is, so you have to do the second trial. The procedure is same. First you have to open the main inlet valve, okay, so that water flows through the venturi meter, and you have to vary the discharge. Okay, so the discharge valve you have to open. So then, so you have to remove the air bubbles. Okay, so you have to remove the air bubbles. So after removing the air bubbles, what you have to do is, so you have to note down the monometric reading. So where it will show here, you can see, so it is showing left limb and right limb reading. Okay, so it is now, it is showing 38 and 33. Okay, so 38, it is, again you have to calculate the head loss, that is H 12.6 into left 38 minus 33. Okay, 38 minus 33 into 12.6, so you will get it around 63. So you have to put the answer, so it will show whether it is correct or what. So head loss, we got it as 63 centimeter, and after that you have to note on the diameters. Diameter will remain same, so because we are doing the same on the same venturi meter, but a second trial. So, and you have to close the exit valve, and you have to note down the time, okay, to raise a 5 centimeter head of water. So for the second trial, we got the time as 17 seconds. Okay, so once you get the time, you have to calculate A1, A2 remains same, only the time will vary and head loss will vary. Okay, so here, and you have to calculate the actual discharge. So actual discharge is AH by T. So A is the area of the collecting tank, that is 6750 into head 5 centimeter divided by time, that is 17 seconds. So you will get the answer as 1985.29. Okay, so answer is correct. Once you get the actual discharge, you have to calculate the theoretical discharge using the formula A1 A2 root 2GH divided by square root of A1 square minus A2 square. So A1 is 19.625 into A2 5.81, okay, into root 2 GH, so that is 2 into 981 into H, that is 63, so whole divided by root of A1 square minus A2 square. Okay, so A1 square is, so 19.625 square minus, so 5.81 square. So you will get the answer around 213,838.5. Okay, so check the answer. If it didn't check, if the answer is wrong, so you just click on double click, it will show the answer. So it is, the answer is theoretical discharge 2138.5246. So now you calculate the CD, that is the ratio of actual discharge to the theoretical discharge. So that is 1985.29 divided by 2138.5246. Okay, so the answer you will get it as 0.93. Okay, so the CD value is 0.93, so that is the correct answer. So this procedure is same, so you have to do it for number of trials, and after that you have to take the average of all the trials. So that will be your coefficient of discharge for the venturi, for the given venturi meter. So that is the experiment on determination of coefficient of discharge for a given venturi meter. So thank you all. So we'll just see the next experiment in the next video.